What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. 7 helpful hints from the SBA on EIDL funding. It is Monday, October the 4th, 2021. Please do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments below. Don't forget, I am over on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, username SmallBiz Inc., the name of the company that I formed to help grow your small biz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just had to pull down a video. So if you made it halfway through to that last one, oh boy, was I starting to go scorched earth or what? Because on the back of this piece of paper, I had personal information from clients of mine that I can't have out there on the internet, so I had to do another video. So if you made it halfway through and you got to the really good stuff about the current administration, boy, oh boy, did you get something that most people are not going to get. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to know what RYDER over at Skip just did in a very well done 20-minute video with the lovely Veronica at the SBA, I invite you to please pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. By the way, shout out to all those people that tune in right away, including the one who gives me a snowflake. We have a snowflake, actually a thumbs down. We have a snowflake whose entire life, and I know who it is. It's a guy who's got a wiener about that long, and he waits for the notification to come out. And as soon as it hits, within 10 seconds, down, doesn't even give me a chance to introduce myself. So I appreciate you, pal, as much as the 5 or 6% that I got last video from the Democrat hacks who can't stand the fucking truth that the current administration's lying through their teeth, and that's why the stock market, once again, is in fucking free fall. For example, I just saw, ladies and gentlemen, and this is important because it affects you, the economy, and your small business. Chinese air power just made the largest incursion into Taiwanese airspace in world history. 52 planes, 3 dozen bombers went across into Taiwanese airspace. And what does the current president of the United States have to say? Nothing. So like I said in a tweet the other day, this video is going to be as good as the one I just did, maybe even better. You want to know why the stock market's imploding? Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. What's going on in the southern border? Total disaster. What's going on in Taiwan? Total disaster. What's going on with respect to China? Total fucking disaster. And perhaps worst of all, what's going on with him once again, not even an hour ago, trying to tell the American people that they're going to issue $3.5 trillion of debt, spending. And it's not going to add a single penny to the national debt. Folks, Bill Clinton ran stimuluses. That's the last fucking time we had any surplus in the federal government. And Barack Obama, President Obama, ran up the largest debt of any president in U.S. history. And then after that, Trump came along and added $8 trillion more. And for President Biden to spend more money than those two or anyone else ever, to stand in front of the microphone once again and tell the American people, oh, it's not going to cost a penny. It won't add a dime to the national debt. Let me get this straight for you. That's a fucking lie. So if you can't handle the truth, please give me some more thumbs down, because I could give a flying fuck what you think about me, your current president of the United States. I'm here to tell you the goddamn truth. All right, with the remaining time that I have, hopefully I can beat my last video in terms of thumbs down. Almost 6%, by the way. Do I need to say any more? I don't think so. All right, I'm protecting personal information. RYDER's video, very, very well done. Veronica, you're a wonderful lady. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to RYDER. He's a very nice guy. He and Max Maher, they're the good cops. Guys like me, Speak and See, and a few others, we're the bad cops. We have to push back, because until it's 10 grand, regardless of size, location, or credit score, $2 million caps, which do kick in October the 8th for those of you seeking up to $2 million, 24 months of capital. My goodness, people are getting funded by the tune of $7 billion a week. And yes, this time next year, about the time when the payments start to become due and we have an election, I'm going to work with Big Ben fucking Cardin and others to make sure that you never pay the SBA a friggin' dime. So without further ado, in under 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly summarize what Veronica had to say with RYDER over at Skip. Number one, she claims that the SBA has tripled customer service. Oh, really? So if I call 800-659-2955, there's 3 times as many customer service that are answering the phone that are willing to be helpful, like tell me what's going on with my reconsideration? Fuck that, there is. That's a fucking lie. And if they did, why the hell are they hanging up on my fellow small business owners, or even worse, not giving them any answers as to why it's taken 3 months to get through reconsideration, or where the hell I stand? If you're going to triple customer service, how about tripling the efficiency of the folks that are answering the phone? Number 2, they did change the rules with respect to the EIDL loan. Ladies and gentlemen, you can use now the EIDL increase to pay down business credit cards, as one example, or government-backed debt. So if you have a credit card paying 16%, I'm laughing out loud because I know some of you can't stand the fucking truth. I slammed Trump last year repeatedly, and I'm going to slam this motherfucker until he stops lying to the American people and driving the stock market into the dirt. You can use the EIDL loan increase. You'll never see anything like this on YouTube, folks. This is one of a kind. We never edit around here, so if you're new, welcome. You can use 3.75% money, the EIDL loan, to pay down your credit cards that are higher. You can use it for just about anything related to business expense now. And by the way, because they have funded millions of people, more in the last 18 months than the prior 50 years combined, and that is the truth, the odds of getting audited, especially if your income receipts are coming into the same business account that this loan's coming into, they're never going to be able to prove that you spent it on this when you should have spent it on that. So don't worry about anything as long as you keep it within reason. All right, number 3, the frequently asked questionnaire. Veronica mentioned that. It's awesome. I've shared it many times. Go to SBA.gov, EIDL FAQ. 80% of your questions are going to be answered. Make sure to check out the new fact page. They update it on a regular basis. Couple of disappointments here. Nothing on Veronica or RYDER over at Skip. The 4506T. Whoops. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear about the Dallas Cowboys smacking the shit out of the Carolina Panthers, do we? No, we don't need to hear that. We didn't learn anything about 4506T, ladies and gentlemen. She pretty much said, if you have a problem, you're stuck in reconsideration, you should e-file. Well, the problem is if you already manually filed and they have a hold of your tax return, if you e-file on top of that, it's probably going to be a problem. So if you're among the very few that have not filed your taxes from last year, make sure you e-file. The reason why I don't buy this excuse of you better e-file, otherwise you won't have a problem, is 91% of all U.S. taxpayers e-file. Tell me in the comments, did you not e-file? Did your accountant not e-file? Did you actually manually write it down yourself and send it through the mail, stamped and everything? My question, if you did that, why the hell are you doing that? You're not only going to get processed much quicker, but you're going to get refunds if they're due in a hell of a lot faster time. In fact, I'll give you one example. I just filed my taxes the other day, and within 27 minutes, to be exact, of my accountant pressing send, it was accepted. So ladies, and I have a refund coming. I took an extension because of the mess that we're all in, but I filed my taxes for 2020. I'm not talking 19. Last week, in 27 minutes, I got accepted. A refund will arrive, according to my account, within 2 or 3 weeks. So ladies and gentlemen, e-file if you haven't done so. If not, you're going to have to go through PDC recons at SBA.gov. So we didn't learn anything there with respect to 4506D. Can't read my chicken scratch there. All right, here's a big one. What about the blue button? We've heard this repeatedly, right? I log into my SBA portal. I don't see a blue button on the right-hand side to request more funds. Well, there's 3 reasons for that. Number 1, you've already maxed out. Let us not forget, the formula for the EIDL loan increase is 2019 gross revenue minus your cost of goods or services times 2. So if you made 100 grand, 10 grand for cost of goods or services, you take 90 grand times 2 is 180. If they gave you 50 grand last year, you're going to get $130,000 wire transfer within 7 to 10 days of approval. So keep that in mind. The second reason you may not see a blue button is you're already in process. For example, if you're already in reconsideration, you're not going to see a blue button to request more funds. So if your application, you already sent it in to COVID idle increase request at SBA.gov. If you're already in process, there is going to be no blue button in there. I can't read the third one. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going blind, 52 years old in April, and I can't see a damn thing. So what else can I leave you with before I leave you go? All right, collateral. Last thing, got to keep this video fairly short. RYDER's was over 20 minutes, so I'm going to be about half the time. If you have a $2 million loan that you're going after and you have business real estate, they are going to use that as collateral. However, you don't need business real estate for collateral. If you've got a SEP IRA, you've got cash, you've got assets that are fully paid for, they can use those to put a lien. But if you have business real estate, you own an office building, they are going to put a lien on that. If you're going after the $2 million loan, they are not going to use your personal real estate or your home as collateral. So that was a big question. Not personal. You don't need business real estate, but if you do have business real estate or a building, for example, that you own, they are going to slap a lien on that. So in case you decide to run, I don't know, south of the border with your $2 million, they've got recourse. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, always remember, I'm here to tell you the fucking truth. I know some of you can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson, what a great line. You can't handle the truth. But always remember, I'm going to tell it to you whether you want to fucking hear it or not. And most importantly, I love each and every one of you. And about half the time, thank you once again to Veronica at the SBA and RYDER over at Skip. Always remember that I love each and every one of you guys, and thanks so much for watching.